Hey man, how are you doing? Uh, it's been a while since my last video, and I think I've been putting this video off for long enough now, and I think it's time that I finally just film it, that I record it, that I send it out to the world, and that I let you know what's been going on. Approximately a week and a little bit ago, I broke up with my girlfriend that I've been together with, or that I dated for the past 6 months of my life, and for a little bit of context, this was the first actual relationship that I've been in. This is the first girl that I've actually loved, that has actually loved me herself. I hope that I've shown my true affection towards, that has shown affection towards me, and that I've managed to experience some beautiful things with, that I wouldn't have managed to experience otherwise. I guess we didn't really fit because we see each other a lot. We see each other all the time because we're in the same school, right? We are in the same class, and uh, I guess things just simply didn't work out between us. The time that we spent in the summer holiday and whatever, we could see each other every few days and talk and spend time together. That was nice, and things were going great. But once school started, it just felt like we were not really spending that much time together. It just felt like we both had different priorities in mind. As much as I'm like focused towards your goal and trying to achieve what you have to do and do this and try not to be distracted, I've always placed a big importance on love and relationships, even when I didn't want to, even when it felt like, why would you do that? Like I just didn't even like actually experience it. I didn't even know what it means, but I've always, it always meant a lot to me. And now that I recently just got in the relationship and everything, talking about a few months back, it really messed me up, to see that we weren't really spending that much time in school. When we were like, we were seeing each other on a daily basis for like 6 or 7 hours, right? And we were basically spending little to no time, and the most that we would spend maybe was like half an hour after school, or an hour. Sometimes we wouldn't see each other in the weekends because we all had like different school work to do. We had like other things that we just couldn't really see each other that often, and that really it really messed me up. I really felt like I was being let down. I'm not sure if by her or by something else, but I just felt like this isn't what I really desired, is it? I mean, when you're in a relationship with somebody and when you crave it, when you feel like it's such a beautiful thing and you've always waited for this, and when you've had so many beautiful experiences with a girl and then you suddenly, it just, all that just slowly but surely degrades into something bad, into something that just was not something that you could have ever imagined beforehand. But sadly it did. It degraded a little bit, and with time I got more and more resentful, perhaps at myself, perhaps at her, perhaps at other people around us. And I started blaming people. I started blaming things for the reason why we weren't spending time together, for the reason why I was feeling like the entirety of our love was just kind of falling apart little by little every day. I try my best. I've tried to communicate these things and talk about them and everything, but in the end, I guess we just weren't meant to be with each other, because I honestly believe that we just had different expectations from the relationship itself. And I guess we as human beings, although we loved each other and we spent time together, and I'll always, I think for the rest of my life, remember those memories fondly, even though like I'm tearing up a little bit right now just thinking about them. I guess we weren't meant to be. Maybe God out there said, you know what, like you guys are not for each other. In the future, perhaps you'll be happier, both of you, with somebody else. Perhaps your paths in life, your destinies, will take you down a different road. But this is not it, you know. And I guess what hurt the most about it in some way was the fact that, you know, you build so many expectations along this time, especially I did, because like I always use my mind. Like I'm such an overthinker sometimes. And I was just constantly like making so many plans and everything. I was like, oh, we could go to this friend's birthday party together and we could have fun. Or, you know, we could stay at my house and we could literally go and make pancakes. Like that was literally the last plan that I made with her before breaking up with her. Before, you know, we broke up, I guess, because I didn't really break up from her. I just wanted for us to like watch a movie and make pancakes together. Like that was what I desired to do, but I guess life took a different turn. And yeah, what I meant to say is that, you know, you build so many expectations, and what hurt the most is the fact that they get taken away from you so easily. Like 2 days beforehand, oh yeah, like I'm so excited, you know, you're gonna come over and we're gonna spend the time together to watch a movie and make pancakes together and like spend beautiful time together and everything. 2 days later, we're breaking up. I I cannot even like comprehend what's going on properly. I can't even process it. It's like, what? Where did that come from? I was not expecting that. You know, I tried my best to fight for it. I tried my best to make it work. But I guess this wasn't supported by both sides, and you know, I couldn't push it. But it really did wear on down on me for a while, and it still does. But I guess I can handle it better. You know, I tried making this video a few days ago, but like ever since like the moment that I started the camera and the first words that were spoken, like I started tearing up, and I was like getting really hard to understand on camera. I was like, I can't film it now. And I guess now I'm a little bit better. I've accepted more or less what happened, and I guess the only path forward for me now is to keep moving, you know, and to keep doing things, to keep achieving things that I've set out for myself, to keep my eyes open to the world around me, to the opportunities that will arise. Because this relationship in itself was not something that I looked for at all. Like I was not even expecting it. At first, I didn't even desire it. At first, I was like pretty sure that we weren't gonna get along and everything. But you know, with time, I guess that's what love does to you. I guess that's what caring for somebody else does to you. You just start to love that person unconditionally without like even caring. You know, if previously thought that you weren't meant for each other. And one of the main lessons that I've got from this is don't please don't let yourself think that this is the end of everything. Because it's so easy to think that, isn't it? It's so easy to just act like the world's falling apart, that life is just tearing itself away from you, that it's just like escaping your reach. You're like, it's so close no matter how far, or so far no matter how close. It's like right there. You could have literally had it. You've had a taste of it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Like and you just want to get it. You just want to have it, and then it just goes away from you. You don't just know that this isn't the end. Especially, you know, target audience for this video is going to be like most people aged 18, 25. This is not the end. We're just getting started. This is the first quarter and less of our lives, right? We still have so much more to do, so many more things to experience, so many other girls to be with. And so it is not justified for you to believe that this is the end, you know, and to just let that wear down on you so much. Let that just rip your life away from you. I guess in more serious situations, you know, where you've been together with a girl for 10 years, for 20, you know, marriage, kids, everything. I guess a part of your life is being taken away from you, but it certainly isn't the end, even in that case. And so for me, dating this girl and making this, building this connection to her, this attachment for 6 months, it's not the end. Like, I'm gonna turn 18 soon. I'm not. I'm not 50. I don't have kids. I don't have mortgage to pay. I don't have debts that I haven't paid for like 20 years. I haven't lost my entire group of friends because it was my wife's group of friends, and now we're divorced, and now she doesn't want to talk to me. Now she's taking the kids and she's taking the house, and no, I'm 18, bro. I'm okay. I can get back from this, and so can you. No matter what's going on, even if you're a 50-year-old in a worst case scenario and all of these horrible things have happened to you, it's not the end of the world, and you know it. It might feel like it because I guess at that point, a considerable amount of your life is being taken away from you. And even now, perhaps, you know, life is shorter. And I guess the proportions are kind of in of themselves, right? If you spend 2 years with a person and you're like 16, been in a relationship for like 2 years, that's a long time. That's a damn long time. And I guess a part of your forming as a person, as a man, you spend that time with that other girl, and just seeing her go like that, it's like it's taking a part of you, a part of your identity away. But just know that that's not the case. Just know that even if he's gone, god damn it, man, how many things have you learned? How many things have stuck with you? Because if she's gonna go away, like, these things are not like your character traits, the lessons that you've learned, the things you've achieved, they won't go away. You'll still live with those things. I still know what I've learned from this relationship. I've gained so much more trust and courage in myself to do things that I've never thought I could possibly do before, like kiss a girl, like hold a girl's hand, like tell a girl that I love her and mean it, like tell a girl that I care about her and allow myself to be a bit more vulnerable around her. Like, those are things that I never thought I could do. They were like basically fantasies. And when it happened, it just opened my eyes. And now I know that the next time I'll be with a girl, and there will be a next time for all of us here. Even if maybe you're 18, you haven't even had your first kiss, you haven't ever even hugged a girl that wasn't your mom or your grandma. You're like, yeah, right, whatever. Your time will come, and when it will, it'll be amazing. And that time will come several times, because up until we find, I guess, that one girl, uh, that you're gonna end up or that you will want to spend the rest of your life with, you're gonna go through a lot of girls, because that's the trial and error pursuit of life. You do things, you find out that they don't work, you try other things up until by elimination you just find one thing that works. You find one thing that you relate with, that you like. You find one person that you love so much more than anyone else. And that's when, like, you only need to win once, right? You've heard all of those gambler motivation memes, right? Oh, you only need to win once, so like keep like pushing your money into it, and like keep like sell your house and everything, because you only have to win once. It's the same here. Apart from the fact that it's not a meme. You only have to find that girl once. And up until that point, experience, live your life. Your identity is not destroyed. Remember the beautiful moments in your childhood when you were perfectly content on your own, just going outside and playing with a stick and pretending it was a machine gun, and you were a soldier in the Third World War or in an apocalyptic scenario, and just running around, and you were trying to build a fire in the forest, you were trying to make a shelter, and you were digging holes in the ground to make trenches and all kinds of military fortifications. That is what I did when I was younger. And to just realize that, hey, now I'm not in a relationship with this girl, which, like, hey, what was I doing when I was younger? I was perfectly content with spending some time by myself. And so I've proven to myself that I can do this. I've proven to myself that I don't necessarily need somebody around me 24/7 to validate me consistently and to tell me how much they love me and everything. Like, I can live life. And when the time will come, and it will, God will say so. And if you're not religious, I don't know, there will be a coincidence or a certain moment, when you'll be ready, and when you will meet a girl, and that girl will be the one. But up until that point, I guess, it's okay and it's all right to spend some time by yourself. It's okay, it's all right, to have things with other girls and to perhaps not have them work out. But as long as we learn from this and as long as we keep moving forward, because I'm starting to relate to this more and more, the idea of, the people who lose, I guess, aren't the ones that, get pushed to the ground in life. They're the ones that, just sit there and they don't get back up. I mean, think about it. How many times have we been pushed down, but we've gone back up? When you started self improvement and when you started getting your life together, you were at your lowest point and you realized, I don't want to be here. This is not what I desire. That is when you like push yourself up a little bit. That's when you get back up, and that's when you start winning at life again. And perhaps now you've had like a little low, but you can get back from this and you can start winning at life again. The simple concept of just getting back up, of not letting yourself fall like a slob on the floor crying, dissolving in a puddle of tears, just simply not letting that happen, or even letting that happen and then getting back from it, like, that's so important. I used to like not be able to eat well the first few days when this entire ordeal like was happening with this girl. Like, when I slowly realized that perhaps things were coming to an end. Like, I was not hungry at all, and I usually eat like three portions of the same course, right? I eat a lot, and I just realized that I just didn't have the appetite anymore. But now, I'm looking back on it, I'm like, well, I certainly eat a lot more now than I did a week ago. I'm feeling a bit better. I feel it. I have a bit more energy. I have a bit more of a positive outlook on life. It's not completely gone, and I think it's going to take a little bit longer up until I can properly understand and accept this. But honestly, I don't hold any grudges or resentments towards her. Although, I'm very tempted to sometimes. I don't think I do, and I don't want to, because how do you want to remember somebody? Do you want to remember them as being that horrible person that broke up with you because of this or that, or do you want to remember them as the first person that you kissed, that you hugged, that you held hands with, that you told that you loved them? That's a more beautiful way to remember it and to move forward and accept life. Allow yourself some time to breathe, to get away from things that don't necessarily like have that much of an impact on your life. Allow yourself some time to just get away from things a little bit and to reflect on what happened, and to not just let it pass by and like drown yourself in parties and drugs and alcohol and video games, and just leave yourself some time to breathe and to accept what happened, even though it's going to be painful and you're going to cry a lot of nights. I did. Perhaps I will in the future as well. But I guess more or less I've come to an acceptance of the situation, and I guess I just have to keep moving forward and trust that, just like this situation happened when this girl, like, somehow herself came to me, and she she pushed herself into my life. At some point in the future, I'll have my chance, but perhaps that's not now. Perhaps now, God and or whatever force out there wanted you to have some character development. Think about it that way. It's not the end of the world. We keep moving forward. I'm still here. I'm still alive. A week ago, I felt like I was gonna fucking die. Like, I genuinely thought, like, what am I doing? I'm done. But now I'm okay. I have a different perspective on things. I managed to take a bit of time away from Some other things which were not necessarily like the most important. I managed to spend some more time with my family. I managed to watch a really cool show with my parents, The Last of Us. Like after the video game, it's great. You should watch it. I spent some time doing that, and it was helpful. Give yourself some time to breathe, and keep exercising, keeping eating healthy. Try to get sleep as much as you can. Not too much. You still want to have like a productive day, I guess. Spend time with your friends. Spend time by yourself. Listen to music that you enjoy. Draw a tank. Draw a cat. Draw a dog. Keep moving forward. Give your best, and try not to live with regrets. That's all I had to say, man. I hope this video finds you well, and if it doesn't find you that great, I hope it will help you be a little bit better. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice night. See ya, bro.